guys, it's Shami. So today we are going to be making these beautiful butterflies. They are made out of recycled plastic bottles and they're really beautiful. I posted them on Facebook a while ago and I got a really good response, and a few of you guys wanted to know how I made them and also if I sell them, which I do. They're $3 per butterfly because they are a lot of work, but they're really pretty, very beautiful. They look great on they make great gifts, and then I sell them at craft shows too, and they do pretty well. So these are the colors that I've so far. You kind of have to use a special paint, so the colors are a little limited, but I really love how they turn out. But they're $3. If you're interested in buying them, you can just email me and tell me which one you want, and I can get those in the mail for you. Okay, but they're really fun to make too, so I'm going to show you how to make them too. Okay, but they're so cute and they make really great gifts. So wonderful. Okay, so what you're going to need is a plastic bottle. Okay, and you're going to cut your plastic bottle. Okay, because basically you need a strip of plastic. Okay, so I just have some scissors here. Normally I have my cutter, but I don't know where it is right now. Okay, but just make a slit basically. And we're going to get rid of this top part up here, this part, and the bottom part. Because really you need a flat piece of plastic, basically, in order to do this project. These I get from the dollar store. It's like flavored waters, or sparkling water. I love sparkling things. But if you get soda, you can still do this, but sometimes the labels have that white backing underneath them, so it'll tear, and it's really hard to get off because it's really, really sticky. So you'll just have to kind of let it soak and just get off as much as you can. I like these because all I need to cut away is this little part here where they put the adhesive, and I can still use the rest of the whole surface of the bottle to make my butterfly. So that's why I get them. And I just love sparkling water in general, so works out well. So I'm just going to cut up that side. Then we're going to get rid of that bottom. And this is just a great way to recycle plastic materials in your house. Like if you drink soda or waters, it just needs to be smooth plastic though, so kind of keep that in mind. And what I do is I cut it in pieces, kind of smaller pieces, like around this size. It's okay if it's not going to stand out flat. When we die cut it, it will be flat. Okay, so let's just cut out a few pieces. And you get, quite a bit. You can make a good set of butterflies, and I usually like to measure them to make sure that they're going to fit. So I know that this will go here, so I know that I need to cut about there. So I can just kind of put my finger on it. And from one of these cans, I usually get maybe 6 butterflies if I'm lucky. Sometimes it's only 5 because this piece is usually shorter than the other one. So, yeah. So you'll toss that, you take that away. Okay. Yeah, and it's great. You can even stick them on your computer. I like to stick them on the side of my computer as reminders. Okay. So you have your piece here. Now we're going to use a die cut machine. You don't have to use a die cut machine. What you could do is just get an image of a butterfly and just take a black marker and trace around it and then fussy cut it out. I was blessed by a friend who got me a die cutting machine. I don't have very many dies, but I did invest in a butterfly die, the Tim Holtz one, and I will link that below so you can buy that if you want to do this project. And I really appreciate it, and it gets lots of use. So it was a great gift, and it was a total surprise, and it was very, very generous. Okay, so this is my Sizzix. Okay, and I'm going to try to do this on camera so you guys can see it. And this is the die. It's a Tim Holtz die, and it's called Butterfly Duo is the name of it. And that's all the information, but I will put a link to Amazon if you want to get it. Okay, so we're going to load in our pad and everything. So these are my cutting plates, so we'll put those down first, and then I'm going to put my die down like that. Okay, and then you take your piece of plastic and you put it right on top of the dies, just like that, and make sure that your butterfly gets cut out fully. Okay, and then you want to stick this right on top. Sorry, I'm going to kind of angle this a little better here. It's kind of hard die cutting on camera because I just have my camera. It's not that far from my desk. It's not like I have we rent, so I can't put anything in the ceiling, but that would be great. Okay, just like that. Alrighty. Okay, so it looks just like that. Just make sure that it's lined up on your butterflies, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take it and we're going to crank it right through. It usually just, it usually just takes one cut. But I do like to run it through twice, just to be sure. But you can see that it is really cut out. So let me show you. Ready? And you see it does get on your cutting plates. That's just the name of the game, right? So then you just pop out your butterflies and they come right out. And it was for my birthday last year that I got this, and it was so wonderful. It was such a lovely surprise. And you could even use the plastic probably to use as the stencil if it was flat. So you get two different kinds of butterflies, which I like. So let's do it one more time so you can see again. I like to show you guys things twice. I think that's just the way that I learn. So I'm going to maybe put the crank on this side this time. Okay, so we're going to load it up. That is our plate. Then we have our die, and the die faces up. Okay. You're going to stick this on top like that. And this just makes it easier. I wanted to make these to sell at craft shows, so if I would have hand cut them, you know, it would not have been a fun project. So this just makes it easier. It still takes a lot of work to make one butterfly, but it's totally worth it, and it's a great way to recycle. So we're going to bring it through just like that. Again. Okay. Just make sure that it's all the way out there. Oops. Probably should have cleaned up a few things on the desk here. Okay, and I'm going to put this baby away. Put it on the side, because that is done. Okay, so you have them all cut out. Now they are going to naturally be dimensional, so they're not going to be flat. I mean, I guess you could flatten them somehow if you wanted, but, you know, it's fine. I think it gives them a really beautiful kind of look on your refrigerator if they're not flat. So like this one is kind of like cupping towards this way. So what I like to do is I gently fold them over so that the wings are pointed up. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. Do the same thing here. So just there's the little center of the butterfly, and I'm just going to push the ring down there and push it there. Like that. This and like this, and it just makes them dimensional. It makes them much more prettier. And you can do that before or after. I just decided to do it before. And I still have another piece that I can make them. So you get about 6 with this die cut, and I think this is a really good size for the refrigerator. Okay, so now I'm going to go grab my paints, and you do have to use a special paint for this project, so I'll be right back so I can show you. Okay, so I have my butterflies on here. I know they're hard to see because they're clear, but we're going to paint them and you'll be able to see. So I'm just working on a piece of parchment here. I do recommend that you work on something that is non-stick, that the paint won't get stuck to, something that will protect your surface a little better than my underpaper that I love so much. But the special paints that you have to use are enamel paints. Now, I love DecoArts. They have a really beautiful variety of enamel paints, and they're really designed for glass, but you can also use them on plastic. I did try this with craft paint. It doesn't work. The paint comes up, it peels up, it's really crazy. I also tried like a thicker paint. I thought if I used a thicker paint that would work, but again, it peeled up a little bit. Plastic is a little bit challenging to work with, so I recommend the enamel paints. Okay, so DecoArt's Americana has a ton of them. They have a whole bunch of different kinds. They have some that have chalky finish, like this is the DecoArt's Americana chalky finish for glass, so you could get kind of a chalky look. So I have a few of those. And then they have the DecoArt's Americana in metallic and shimmering silver, which is really good. Okay guys, so I laid out a piece of parchment paper. That's what I'm going to be working on. I think my butterflies are there. I know you can hardly see them, but they're there. It's just really nice to work kind of on a non-stick surface, so that your paints don't stick, so that your butterflies don't stick to the paper and that kind of thing. And parchment is pretty like non-stick. So I like to use that for this project. And it's great if you have them on a piece of paper and maybe a thicker piece of paper on the bottom, because they do need to dry so you can take them and that kind of thing. But you do have to use a special paint. So you have to use enamel paints. I have tried this with other paints. I tried craft paints. I tried thicker paints, but it doesn't work. The paints just kind of peel off because it is plastic, so you kind of have to be careful about what you use. I personally love the DecoArt's Americana gloss enamel paints are my favorite, so that's what I'm going to be using in this tutorial. They come in a bunch of beautiful colors, and they're really easy to use, and it will get the job done. So you're going to need those kind of paints, plus I like to add texture and dimension to mine, so I am going to use the DecoArt's 3D glass enamel glass writers, and they come in a variety of colors, but it's really nice. They add a whole bunch of beautiful texture to your butterfly, so I will be using those. Okay, so I just used a variety of colors. I even discovered two colors that I didn't know I had, which is this beautiful glorious gold, DecoArt's Americana gloss enamels, and it's in glorious gold, which is great. So that's a pretty one. And then I also found this one, which is DecoArt's Americana gloss enamels in metallic and shimmering silver. So that would be pretty too as a base coat. DecoArt's also has chalky finish for glass. So DecoArt's Americana chalky finish for glass, and they have a bunch of different colors. And they also have glitter paint too, in gloss enamel glitter paint. This one is white, so that's really fun to use. And then I have another one too that is kind of a pretty grayish blue that's in that beautiful chalky finish. And then they have a lot of glitter paints, glitter glass paints, which is great. So this one is in purple. Okay, so you can go and grab a whole bunch of their paints and have a good time. So we're going to pick 4 colors to use. I think I'm definitely going to use the gold, and maybe I love this beautiful coral blush. So this is DecoArt's Americana glossy enamel in coral blush, which is really pretty, so we'll use that one. And I do love the frosted colors too. So this is DecoArt's Americana frosted gloss enamel in turquoise. So isn't that pretty? So we'll use that one. And then let's use yellow. So DecoArt's Americana gloss enamel in bright yellow. Okay, so those are the ones that we're going to use. They have a ton of colors. Some of them might not be available in the store, but you can absolutely order from their website, and I recommend that you do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab, for this, actually, I don't like to use a brush. I usually just use one of my makeup sponges. It just goes on better, and you can't see the brush marks. I tried it with a brush, and it didn't work out that well. So I do recommend that you do use just makeup sponges. Make your life a lot easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and squirt some of this out. Make sure you shake it up really, really good. And it comes out really beautifully. Okay, So you can go ahead and grab some gold. We'll do this one first. And you might have to do a couple coats, so just kind of keep that in mind. Especially like with gold and silver, you're going to have to probably do a couple coats. But I just kind of let it dry and then I move on to the next one. And you see that there's a little bit of a gold tint there. You really can't see it. Let's try another color. Let's do the coral blush. Okay, so again, we're going to do the same thing. And it doesn't matter which side you do it on. So see how beautiful that is? So this one's much more opaque than the gold. Okay. And just bounce it up and down like that. But you see that these take time. It's not a quick project, that's for sure. It does. They take time, but they're really worth it and they're really pretty. Now, I have seen people use nail polish. I don't recommend that though, because the nail polish can peel. So I personally wouldn't do that, but it's up to you. And we can, oops, we can do blue, which I squirted on myself, but I didn't shake it, so it's not the good blue yet that I need. And this one's frosted. Oops, okay, so we'll do the same thing here. So it's going to take probably a couple more layers. And you just keep adding layers until you get it the way you want. But I kind of like the opaque ones, but it is really pretty when they're frosted because it does give you that beautiful frosted look. And it's okay if I get a little bit of texture from my sponge. I think that that makes the butterfly look more interesting. But if you wanted to, you could, you know, pounce it out until it was completely smooth. But we're just going to work in layers. So that's the blue one. And then let's do a pretty, maybe I should do like maybe I'll do this one instead. This is Vivid Violet. It's a pretty purple. And they go on light, but it gives you kind of that beautiful stained glass look. So they're fun. And I'm so happy to be doing this video for you guys. I've been trying to do it for ages, but life happens sometimes, I tell you what. So we'll just give them one more second to dry. And you can mix colors because I added blue to this. So how about we add a little bit of blue? Oh, crazy girl. And you can add glitter if you want. You can just kind of do your thing. So we'll add a little bit of turquoise underneath that violet color. I think that'll be pretty anyway. But it doesn't take them very long to dry, so you don't have to worry about that part. And just keep adding layers on top of layers until it gets, until you get it as opaque or as transparent as you want. I'd probably just stay here. I think that's really pretty. And you can still see the blue, but it's very transparent and pretty. And then the pink is perfect to me. I love that pink. The gold, let's go over that again. That should be nice and dry for us to work with. The gold, I think, might be a problem. We'd have to go over that one a few times, but that's okay. We're up for the job, right? So go ahead. And these make really wonderful gifts. I mean, I have sold them at craft shows, and it's amazing how many people have given them as gifts and have come back and asked me to make more. So it's a really great gift for you to make and a really great way to upcycle. Just like that. So that's perfect, I think, for the gold. Okay. Alright. So while it's still wet, actually, I do this next step because I like to do as many things as I can so it can dry once, basically. You guys know me. Okay. So I'm just going to push this down a little bit. Okay. Alright, so now let's grab our enamel writers. So this one is frosted. This one is DecoArt's Americana 3D Frost Gloss Enamel, and it's in gold. So let me make sure. Yeah, that's fine. So it's 3D paints, so they bring dimension and they're 3D. So we can maybe do that with maybe this. I really love gold in that coral color. So that's what I'm going to use. And I just make all sorts of patterns. I like to make dots a lot. And these do take a little bit to dry. So just keep that in mind. So if you're making them, you know, it's definitely not a get a craft done in a couple hours kind of gift. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and then you just take it and you let them dry. And they take a little while, maybe about, I don't know, maybe like 40 or 50 minutes, sometimes more. So just keep that in mind. And if you wanted to, I mean, you could really get in there and do lots of detail work and that kind of thing. It's up to you. Just going to go ahead and add a little bit more of this paint that's on my palette. Okay, good, like that. Okay, and then another one that I like to do is just lines. I really love gold and metallic, but let's use another color. Like we could use this white. And this one might not even be open. I think it is. Oops, yes it is. And if these get stuck, which it should not be, because it's clear, it's good to keep the cap on, because it does protect them. Okay, so we can go in and we can make just nice, crisp little lines. Okay, like that. I'm going to get this going first. I think I have like a little something in there that's blocking it. And if you don't like how these go on, just wipe them off. You can just use your finger and wipe it completely off. And sometimes they do get just a little, it wasn't even a clog, but the paint is a little thick, so, because it's 3D, so there we go. Okay, so we'll go in. And I like to make just 3 little lines. And it might be great like to practice first, but I never do. I like the way they look. I like when things look homemade, when they're not perfect, when lines aren't perfect, when everything's not perfect. So that'd be cool, and that's going to dry with beautiful white little lines. Let me bring you guys in a little bit. I'm sorry, you're so far out. That's the way that that one looks. Okay, and this is the way the coral one looks. Okay, so they're really pretty. That one looks okay. And you can just do your thing, basically. And if you want, you could add glitter. Like this is a glitter one, so we could add glitter if we wanted on top of this pretty blue and green, purple and green one, or the violet and green one. So we could add some beautiful gold purple on there just to give it a little bit more pizzazz, right? So pretty. And if you had blue glitter, you could add that also. And maybe, I think the glitter makes it really pretty, so we're going to leave that one alone. It's pretty. I know you guys can't see, but it's really pretty. Okay, and then we can do our gold one. So I have a bunch of different colors in Writer, so there's a lot to choose from. I think I'm going to stick with gold, though. I'm going to do gold and gold. And I mean, you can do like whatever you like. These are really cool to kind of write with. So what other shape do I like to do? I love dots. And I wonder if I could do like a little swirl or something. I don't know if that one's my favorite, but it's okay. Use black, just like that. Okay, so that is how that looks. And you just want to set them aside. You want to make sure that they're really fully dry. Okay, So they're really pretty. Now all we have to do is attach the magnets. So I'm going to let these dry. We'll come back, we'll attach magnets to a few of them. I don't have the correct magnets, but I do have a couple of them. So I will show you how to do that. But if you do this in an assembly line, you can get a lot done. I usually do them in stages. So I'll paint them first with the base coat, and then I'll do add like the little details, little fun details, and then I'll put the magnets on all at once, and then they're ready to go. So, and I'll cut out a whole bunch of them at once, and then I'll paint them, and I'll just do stages. I think that's kind of the best way to do things, especially when you're a crafter who likes to sell your products. You have to do things in stages. So I'll be right back after these dry, and we'll put the magnet on. I'll show you how easy that is. Thank you. Hi guys, so these two are dried. This one is almost dry. This one is not even close to being dry. So I'm going to show you how to do it on these two. This one's close too. We might be able to get away with it. It's kind of the thinner you make it, the better. So the dots dried pretty quick. This one was dry probably after we applied the sticker glue, transparent glitter glue. So, or not glitter glue, glitter paint, sorry. So these other ones took a little bit more time. Okay, so now for the magnets. You can kind of use whatever magnets you want to use. I like these little ones. They're little tiny ones, and I will put a link to them below. I got mine from Hobby Lobby, but they do sell them online too, and you get more of them, and it's a better price. So I do recommend that you get those. You can also use, you can get them in whatever size you want. I like the little ones, and I'll show you why. Let me show you the difference here. I didn't know that I could get those at Hobby Lobby, that I could get these at Hobby Lobby. So I just used magnets that I had. So I had kind of these. And I mean, they look okay, but you can still see them through. They're not as pretty as those pretty silver little dots. You know, and I don't think they make the magnets look as pretty. So I recommend that you use the little ones. I'll show you one compared to, and on some stuff it's okay. Like this, I use like the blue, it's the baby blue frosted enamel, the chalky one. So you can't really see the black magnet on the back unless you like hold it up to the light. Yeah, so on some stuff it's okay, some stuff it's not. But I really just love the little ones. See, like, look at that one. You can hardly see. And it's on there, but you can hardly see it. So I recommend that you get the small little magnets, okay? And you just want to make sure that they're really powerful. Okay, so how do you apply them? Very, very easily. You can use E6000. I am going to use 9001. It is a high-strength adhesive, and it's Sure Bond. Sure Bonder is the name of it. I'm going to try this one because E6000 drives me crazy because it always gets stuck in the bottle and then it just oozes out and it won't stop and it's a total pain in my neck. So I'm going to try this and see if it works better. Someone recommended it. Again, I got it from Hobby Lobby with a 40% off coupon. And it does have a self-cleaning like little lid. So just be careful. It glues ceramics, glass, all that stuff, and it's waterproof. So it's ready to go. So all you do is just take your butterfly, you're going to turn it over on the back side. Okay. Ready? And then you're just going to take your, just squirt a little bead of your glue right on the back, just like that. And then I just put the cap right on. And I will wipe this off after I'm done using it. And then you just take your magnet and you stick it right on. And you kind of want to keep it away from other magnets because they will stick to each other. Okay, and I just leave it upside down just like that. Okay, we can do another one here. We can do this one. And you can, like, once these are completely dry, then you can, like, play with the wings and you can make them sit out the way that you want and that kind of thing. So, oops, I don't know why I got some blue paint on there, but that's okay. Alright, so again, let's grab another one, and they will slide a little bit, so make sure that you just watch them and make sure that they don't slide all the way over, that they kind of stay in the center. And I'm trying to get them apart. They're really sticking together though. Get them apart. There we go. They love each other. They're like, hello. Okay. And these will stick to your refrigerator, everything just fine. Just make sure that the glue is totally dry and don't put them too close to each other. Otherwise, you'll take the magnet right off and you'll have to re-glue it, which is a pain in the neck. Okay, and that one will be fine. Just like that. Okay, and then voila, you have beautiful magnets. And they even like to stick together too. This one I did that beautiful coral blush and I just did white dots. So it's really fun. They're really fun and really simple to make, and I really love this technique. It's one that I came up with myself just by experimenting and that kind of thing. And this is a yellow one, which is pretty with that beautiful bright yellow that I showed you. And then I did the like a yellowish gold enamel writer on there, which is so pretty. I love that one. And I did use a big magnet because, yeah, I didn't know better at first. So some of these do. I think only like 5 of them have those huge magnets on them. The rest of them don't. And then this one is the gold, and then I put like some gold streaks on it. So basically, the more dimensional you make the writer, the longer it takes to dry. So these are going to take probably another hour to dry. Okay, like the swirly one, and then this one will definitely take an hour or so. But this dries pretty quick. I mean, these are usually ready to go within 15 to 20 minutes with that glue. So it's easy. Just make sure you put them on something where the glue is not going to melt into your dimension that you made. Yeah, so kind of be careful about where you put them. Don't just stick them anywhere. But they're really pretty. And then this is the pretty blue with gold dots. And they're just pretty. I just love them. And of course, I did a ton of purple. So I did this pretty purple dot one. And as I said, they make really wonderful gifts. I really love them. There's that, but they take a while. I mean, it's not a quick project. Very good. And they're so cute, but it's a great way to recycle plastic that you have in your house. Isn't that one pretty? And that one has purple and gold in it. That one's one of my favorites. And I have them all over. I just love them. I made a batch for myself to try it out first. But hopefully you guys make some of these beautiful, 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 beautiful little butterflies. And hopefully I inspired you. If you don't have the die cut, then cut them out by hand. It'll take longer. Maybe just make a small batch. But I mean, the Tim Holtz one that I got it from Joanna's, and then I used like a 40% off coupon. So it wasn't too much. So yeah, and Amazon has a great price on them, so I will link them below. And as always, it helps me if you use my links below. So if you know that you need to buy some enamel paint or some glue or some of the magnets, if you click my link and you shop, it doesn't cost you anything additional, but you help to support this channel. So I hope you do that, okay? And that's it for now, guys. I will see you later. Have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you're interested in buying a couple of these beauties, they're $3 a piece plus the cost of shipping. And shipping is normally really cheap, like $1, like I think like $1.85 is what, for 2 or 3 of them is what it normally costs, because I have to put them in a small envelope, a small flat envelope, but it works out well. So if you want to buy some, just let me know. Send me an email or DM me on Facebook, and I will get them sent off to you. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you later. Check out the links below for all the products that I used. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. And these do not need to be sealed. The enamel paints are self-sealing, so you don't have to worry about them. You don't have to worry about them in heat or anything like that. They stay beautifully. So just FYI. Okay, guys, see you later. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.